How's it going? Holy fuck, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I've been live. Holy jumping. But we're going to be watching the Flight 7 today.
30 seconds. Okay.
So get ready for that. It's going to be great. I'm basically only going to watch launch and catch because I gotta skedaddle afterwards. I got pretzels to bake. It's actually my grandma's 80th birthday today. So happy birthday to her. In chat, appreciate all the good wishes. I'll probably repeat it at some point because I always repeat myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being back. I haven't streamed in a hot minute here. It's been a while. So. And I am very excited for this launch. New Glenn launched earlier. There was the 2 moon landers that got launched. Oh, it's been a crazy bit in spaceflight. So I think in the descriptions, we're live on X, YouTube, and on Twitch. So I think I've got in all the descriptions and stuff some links to other channels if you want to, throw up like 10 streams in ceremonious fashion. But this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get some good clips just like from the last stream.
All right, now today's flight test is going to look pretty similar profile-wise.
This is the SpaceX official stream, so
the
how many people watching along? Oh, we got to wait for it to go down. 617,000 views already. That's wild, dude. That'll go to over 1 million easily. I'm like in the shadows today, dude. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Before we get to the hot stage maneuver.
Exactly. The ship will then
I'm living.
Engines while it's still attached
I'm
to the
doing well.
booster. That will allow
I
us to
was
separate
feeling
the
really
different
shitty
stages. That
for the
booster
past little
will
while,
leave a
so I've been
for that
gone
flip
since
and,
like before the new
return
year.
Back here to Starbase for a
Oh,
catch.
I'm so excited. Catch 2, guys. I hope so.
And while booster
This
catch
is
going on our
the
minds,
version 2 of
keep
the ship as
going all
well.
the way to
So it's a
space,
bigger
gets into
bigger
its
ship.
suborbital trajectory.
And they'll be
Got a
doing
couple
a
hour orbit there.
test satellite
Deploy
deployment
our
and
first test satellites.
engine
Also
relights.
going to relight a Raptor engine while in space. That all sets us up.
We won't be
as
watching all the
we
re-entry today, though, unfortunately. I won't be able to stay live the whole time and hang out.
courtesy of
It'll
Starlink,
basically just
that
be this, like,
re-entry
when they go
period
here at their
gives us
T0,
such
if that's when they
gorgeous
end up
views to
going,
it,
it'll be
just
that
the
plus maybe 10,
rainbow
15
flow
minutes
of
because
colors,
of the booster
as
catch.
the
But
ship
yeah,
re-enters the
should be a
Earth's
really
atmosphere.
fun launch to
The
watch.
ship
I'm very
will
much
relight
looking
its
forward to it. I'm
engines,
super
become
excited.
a
New
floating
Glenn was
unit
awesome.
for
Like,
a
ah,
safe
dude,
water
spaceflight
engine
is,
on our target location
oh,
at
like, it's good.
and that will
Like,
once again be
everybody should
daylight
just take
due
good
to our
vibes. Take all the
laser
good vibes,
control
leave the
node.
bad
So
stuff, you know?
today's flight test will
Good
be
vibes for
launching the
everybody.
next generation of Starship. It'll
So I can
attempt the
stop
first
being
payload
mean.
deployment test, fly multiple re-entry experiments,
Can move
geared
things
toward
around.
ship catch and reuse, and of course, the launch and return of the Super Heavy booster back to the launch site right there.
Oh, I guess I could turn it up.
That's
It's probably a
gonna be
little bit
amazing.
quiet for
The
you guys.
ship, kind of the star of the show for a lot of stuff today.
Sorry.
A huge block of upgrades to Starship's upper stage. are
I'll do my
debuting
best to
on
keep
this
up with
flight
chat today,
test,
but
adding more
if I fail,
capability. We'll
you know,
start off up
apologies.
top. Those forward flaps got a
You know,
redesign.
send me a
They
DM on
shrunk in
Twitter or
size.
something.
We shifted them towards the top of the vehicle, away from the heat shield. That's going to make it
Or X.
significantly
It's X.
less
Sorry, it's
exposed
not
to
Twitter
re-entry
anymore. It's
heating.
X.
And the Starship
X.
itself, we made it about 2 meters taller. So we stretched it up to about 52
I got my
meters.
coffee.
That allowed
I'm
us to
stoked.
add
I'm going to be baking
25%
pretzels
more
after this.
propellant
Oh,
volume,
it's
along
a
with a
good
bunch
day,
of
guys.
propulsion
Been a
upgrades
good day.
like vacuum jacketing of those feed lines to the engines.
The
an
mountains were
entirely
gorgeous
new
this
feed
morning,
line
like a
system for the
system
Raptor
just pouring
vacuum
over
engines,
them. Oh,
an improved avionics
can't ask
module
for
for
anything
propulsion,
better than
all
that.
that adding performance and the ability to fly
look at all the
longer
missing
missions.
tiles.
And just like on Flight 6, tiles have
Oh,
been
these animations
purposely
are fucking
removed
cool.
to stress test vulnerable areas.
I like
This time
it.
we're doing it across the entire vehicle, including in critical areas. As
Okay,
we
good to know,
use
Keith.
this
I'll try
flight
to keep on
push
top
the
of your
boundaries
messages.
of Starship's capabilities. And for re-entry experiments, multiple metallic tiles are being tested,
How you doing?
as you can see there on your screen, including some that have
I'm very
a
ready.
version with active cooling.
Then the vehicle's avionics.
This thing is massive.
Got a
This is
complete
like
redesign.
this is a
Some of the new
skyscraper
things
that's
we've
gonna
got
fly.
Four of these upgraded
That's the
Starlink
Starlink
terminals
panels.
that combine Starlink, global navigation, and RF communications into a
so
single
good.
unit. And then on the sides of the vehicle, we have these catch fittings. They're non-structural,
yeah.
but we're going to be able to see how they perform thermally during reentry. We also smoothed part of that tile line to address some hot spots that we saw during entry on the last flight.
Now the ship and the booster, they weren't the only thing to get some upgrades.
Sorry, I'm going to be
on
like
the ground
enamored in
side.
this.
Several radar
Just so you're
sensors will be
aware. So
tested
everybody
on the
watching this
tower
is aware.
catch
I am going to be
arms,
absolutely enamored
as
in
we
this.
experiment with additional ways to measure distance between the arms and the vehicle while we prepare for ship catch. Now, this is just a handful of the many upgrades included on this flight that make this the most capable Starship that we've flown so far.
And then something really cool,
Just the size
as we
of
were
these
super
things
excited, we're going to be deploying
like,
10 Starlink simulators that are similar in size to our next generation Starlink satellites, with pretty unparalleled payload capacity and full reusability. Starship's going to be able to deploy
these rockets are
more
massive.
advanced V3
They launched New
Starlink
Glenn
satellites,
recently.
which is going to
That
help
one was
us
huge.
continue to revolutionize global connectivity.
2 super heavies in one
Each
day,
of those
24
Starlink
hours of each other.
V3
That's
launches
wild,
on
dude.
Starship
That's wild.
is going to add about 60
you love
terabits
to
per
see it.
second of capacity to the Starlink network. And that alone is that's more than
There are
20
so many
times the
rocket nerds
capacity
losing their minds
we're getting
today. I
with
want you
every
to know
V2
there are
mini
just
flight on a
many
Falcon 9 right
rocket
now.
nerds.
That just
Absolutely,
helps
like
further Starlink's impact
Doki
in the
Doki
coming
Sudu,
years
you know, like
as we
heart just
expand
going
access to high-speed
ba ba ba
internet
ba ba,
all
you
around
know?
the world and
We're
eventually
hitting
beyond.
those Gear 5 vibes
And
today.
the Starlink simulators are going to be on the same suborbital
It's
trajectory
like
as
train
Starship,
people, but
and
rockets.
they're expected
You know,
to demise
that's what
upon
it's like.
entry.
It's like that.
Starship itself, its trajectory looks very similar to all of our last several flights, suborbital, splashdown targeted into the Indian Ocean, a couple hundred miles off the western coast of Australia. And then the other on-orbit
20
thing
minutes.
we're doing is going to be relighting a single Raptor engine while in space. We knocked that out last time.
They do
V2
such a
ship,
good job
new
of
propellant
commentary.
system.
Honestly,
Let's do
some
it
of the
again
best
on this one.
commentary for
Ship's
rocket
going to be
launches
busy.
SpaceX has.
Now, of course, we can't forget
And
to
it's all
add
free to use because
that
they
today's
like
Super Heavy
anything that
booster
SpaceX puts
is
out, you can just use like their pictures and
proven,
their whatever.
is reflying
So,
flight-proven
that's
hardware
awesome.
for the first
Makes it nice
time.
for like
A
small
Raptor
guys
engine
like
that flew
me
on the
if I want to
booster
watch.
that was
It's
caught
like I don't
during
have to be
Starship's
like worried
fifth
about it.
flight
I
test.
just
You can
like
see it there
I
on
link
the
them in the
screen.
description and
This
everybody else
flight-proven
too,
engine,
but
we've
because like
got
I want
Raptor 314
I want to be like a
there.
portal
Hence why
that connects
there's a
people
piece of
together.
pie
You know, like
on this
who cares
nozzle.
about
Maybe
me?
we
But
can
there's
get
a
that
lot of
image
shit going on.
rotated so you can see it a little bit better.
Sort of, yes.
Yep,
This one, the
there we
booster
go.
is gonna. The
If
main
you didn't already
recovery
know,
objective
we
is the
like our
booster
jokes
with the
around
tower
here.
catch, and then they're
So
gonna
that's
do
what
a
we have
soft
planned
land down
for
in the
today's
Indian
flight
Ocean.
test,
So they're
and
doing
so
one
far,
more
everything is
simulation
on
before they
track as we
actually
continue
attempt to
count
catch
down.
the
We're
ship
now
itself with
within,
the tower, where they'll do
23
like a
minutes of launch.
whole
We're at
other
22
orbit of
minutes
the
and,
Earth, and then
52 seconds.
slot in
Everything
for
continues to look
recovery.
good. Still a little breezy,
So,
but that's okay for us.
I guess
Yeah,
Flight
we
8 will
set up our
probably
desk
be
in a wind
the
tunnel
actual.
today. It's probably windier here than
second
it is
stage
anywhere else,
recovery,
but weather's cooperating, really clear
Ideally,
skies,
we
no
get to
rain
see the booster
today.
get caught
Still
again,
well
which
within
is
our
the.
limits for booster
I mean,
launch or catch.
oh,
Not
I love
tracking
that
any
shit.
issues on vehicle as we continue to count down. We're still loading prop on board. Our range team also
It's a lot of
reporting that the
propellant.
range looks like
It's
it
a
will
lot
be
of
clear at our
cold-ass
current
gas.
T0. So
They have to load it
super
so
important.
quickly.
We're
The
gonna keep
faster
an
that
eye
you
on
load
that
it,
all the way
you
up
know,
to
the
the
more
end.
gas you get in.
As
It's
for
because
what
you
we've
get that counter
already
pressure
done
from
with
the
vehicle
like the
leading up to
vaporization in
today,
the tanks.
We stacked the vehicle over the weekend. We lifted the
Love
ship
it.
on top of the
Love
super
it.
heavy booster. Hours ago, we cleared the site of all personnel, and of course, our flight controllers.
And the second
came on
tower?
console,
Oh, dude, the
some
two
of them
towers
sitting in the building
Dude,
behind Dan and I.
I am
And as Dan mentioned, the
buzzing
range
right
team
now, dude.
was deployed. They are standing by in the Gulf to make sure.
You gotta take all
that
take all the fucking
booster,
good energy that I
has
got,
a
you know?
cleared,
Like, it's
to
fucking through the
return
roof
back
right
to,
now. Like,
here at the launch tower, but also they're located in the Indian Ocean, standing by to make sure that the targeted landing zone for the ship is also clear as well.
And then we knock out a whole bunch of things in the hours before launch. We do an alignment on all the guidance, navigation, and control. We did tank purges, pressure checkouts, make sure we were ready for prop
all
load,
the
check
standard
booster,
stuff
quick
that one
disconnects,
does.
and the ship one. We demate the chopsticks. We actually do a
They
little
look
wiggle
like they're
check
about halfway
on them, make sure we have
to be in
control.
full. I
as
just
we're
love
gonna be
how
using
alive
those
it
for
is.
catch.
Like, it really looks
load up
alive.
all of the
Dude, like, when
hydraulics
rockets
that are
launch,
on the
they are like
tower, and then
living
we did the
creatures.
initial,
They're so
locks
like
and
so many
methane
like little
chills, getting them
intricate
ready for prop
machines
load.
like working together in
Now, speaking
harmony
of prop load,
to
we
do a
conducted
job.
the
You know, they're very much like living
poll
creatures.
for
It's very
prop
interesting.
load
I love
at
it.
3:30, so a little bit less than an hour ago. Always good
The
there.
excitement is even this guy. He's like, fucking get me this launch, brother.
The LOX load on the booster started at T-minus 45 minutes, and fuel
his
started
reactions
at
are always the
T-minus
best.
43 minutes. Booster fuel will start at T-minus 41 minutes, and then LOX on the booster started at T-minus 35. So that will all wrap up at T-minus 3 minutes and 20 minutes on the ship side, and at
Such
T-minus
precision.
2 minutes and
You
50
know,
seconds on
that
the
is
booster
incredible
side.
precision
So
to
everything
like
is
be able to
looking
get it
good.
right
Propellant
down
is
to those
loading.
like
Yeah,
last
looks like
3
we're about
minutes.
half full of everything on booster, 3/4 of the way
On the
there.
money,
Ship looked
right?
good for a launch today. With that though, let's jump over. Let's check back in with Jesse real quick and all of our teams out at Hawthorne.
All right, I'm
Thanks,
caffeinated.
Dan and Kate, and great to hear the updates with the vehicle as we prepare for liftoff. There is a lot more people here, as expected. Captain.
Yeah! Go! It's like the energy is nuts, dude.
Love it. All the Raptor engines are built here, so there's a lot of that team here in the crowd. So they have a
33
strong
Raptor
connection
engines
to the
ready for
Starship flight
liftoff.
today. Every flight test
It's more
gets
than
us
that because
closer
the
to
ones
a
on the
fully
ship, but,
operational
you know.
Starship, which
Soon
gets
it'll be
us closer
35,
to
and
our
then it'll be
ultimate
more,
goal
so.
to make humanity a multiplanetary species.
Yes,
To
sir.
establish cities on Mars,
Yes,
we're going to
ma'am.
need high cadence,
Multiplanetary.
low-cost
Like
flights
let's
for cargo
let's
and
get me
crew.
off this rock, you
As
know.
the only fully reusable rocket
Use
with
this
this
to
kind
build
of
a space elevator,
capability,
too.
Starship is the only vehicle in development that will be able to unlock our multi-planet future. Starship uses a first-of-its-kind on-orbit propellant transfer to refuel in orbit in preparation for these long trips.
Well, in
With
theory,
milestones like ship catch
we have
and
to do this
in-orbit
yet.
prop
This has
transfer
yet to be
coming up,
done, but perhaps.
2025 promises to be
I
huge
believe
for
it, to be
Starship
honest.
and our
They're pretty
journey to
good.
Mars, with our first trip currently planned for the end of 2026. Between the reusability,
When are they gonna start mining
low-cost, and
asteroids?
heavy
Hopefully
lift
in like 5
capabilities,
years.
This all
Like,
comes together to
that'd
help
be
us
soon,
deliver
you know?
up to 100 people at a time. To
I think that the
destinations
best
both
case
near and
for like
far,
asteroids,
and
you
to
like
deliver
surround them in
payloads
like big
farther
balloons, right?
and at
You
a
like
lower
go like
cost than
send
any other
probes,
vehicle.
you like drill a bunch
We'll
of
be able to launch more massive
processing
payloads
facilities
than
into them,
anything else
do a lot of
flying
like
or
of the
in
actual
development today,
manufacturing on
capable of
asteroid
sending
itself,
things like
build like a giant
space
balloon around it, and then
telescopes
turn it
or
into an
the next
O'Neill cylinder
generations
over
of
time.
space
Like how
stations
ants,
into
you know,
orbit
like you like
on a
concrete the
single
outside
launch.
and then like
So
turn it
while
into a
today's
cylinder. You
flight
know,
is
I'm
just a
sure
test, the
there's
future is
got to be a
much
way to do
closer
it. You
than
know,
we realize. But
somebody's
one
got to
flight
figure it
test
out.
at a time. So let's head back to Dan and
Maybe it'll
Kay
be me.
for a closer look at Starship.
A little bit, at least.
Thanks, Jesse. Starship
I
features
think about
two
O'Neill
major
cylinders
parts.
a lot,
The ship,
so.
which has 6 Raptor engines, and the Super
Just
Heavy
turn
booster,
every single
which has
big asteroid
33
in the
Raptor
belt
engines.
into an O'Neill cylinder.
The Raptor
Hell yeah,
engine
you know?
is a reusable
That's the
methane-oxygen
dream.
staged combustion engine that powers
But I honestly
the
would say
Starship
like 10
system
years.
and has twice
Like
the
within the
thrust
decade,
of the
we're gonna have
Falcon 9
crazy
Merlin
shit,
engine.
like stuff that you can't even
Now,
imagine.
just like we
10
saw
years, and
flights
we're
1
gonna
through
be
6,
like
the current iteration
on
of
Mars
Starship
for sure,
is an
on the
experimental
moon for
vehicle
sure,
flying for
and like
development.
we might even have a space
As we
elevator.
mentioned earlier,
Like,
today's flight
seriously.
is debuting a
Because
ton of upgrades
that's just
that we've
we
had
just
in
need
the
like a
works
tapered
in order
graphene
to
rope
increase
that's
Starship's
like 20
reliability
kilometers long.
and performance.
You know, it's like an undersea
Several
cable,
of these
but just
upgrades
like
will
bigger
also
and
unlock
stronger.
our ability to fly longer missions, something that we'll
And then you
want
can
to
just
do
like
as
throw
we
things
start
into
doing
space.
orbital flights around Earth.
And then to get an even better sense of just how big Starship is, we can start here. Let's take a person
hell
about
yeah.
2 meters tall, towering over that.
The
You got your
Millennium
Millennium
Falcon. I love it,
clocking in
dude.
at
I love-
35. Just above that, we've got a Falcon 9
Such a
rocket
cool,
payload
like,
fairing attached.
dude.
Double that height, you're up at 70 meters. And then topping it all off, nearly twice the size. It's a fully stacked Starship up to 123. Got 2 meters taller. Altogether, the ship
123
52
meters.
meters, super heavy boosters
That is
71. And what's super
baffling,
fun
dude.
is we're going to make ship and booster even
Baffling.
taller in the future.
Which is crazy. 'Cause
Taller and
turning
wider,
around and
right, I
looking at
think?
it and thinking
Oh.
that it's going to be bigger.
It's
That's
getting
mind-blowing.
bigger.
Make the ship as tall as the booster.
Boom.
Now,
you
moving
know?
up
Make
the
it
rocket,
bigger.
the ship
Blow it
features
up.
6 Raptor
Like,
engines.
ugh.
3 optimized for sea level performance and 3 optimized for vacuum
I
performance.
had like a long
Raptor
sleeve shirt
Vacuum
on,
or
but I had to
RVAC
put a
is
short
similar
sleeve shirt
design
on
to
because
the
I
Raptor
was just
engine,
like
but features a larger exhaust
too
section
much,
and
you
a
know?
larger
Too much.
expansion
Let's put
nozzle
it that way.
to maximize the engine's efficiency in space.
I needed the
Our upgraded
air.
ship that we're debuting today carries about 300 more tons of propellant than the last flight's ship.
300
bumping it up
tons?
from 1,200 metric tons
That's
to
a lot of
about
tons.
1,500 metric tons.
You know,
It's
a ton
lot.
of stuff is a ton
The
of
ship
stuff,
is designed
right?
for vertical takeoff and landing on any hard surface.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Now, the ship is also outfitted with newly
Love it.
redesigned forward flaps that
look at
are
those grip
used to
fins.
aerodynamically control the
flaps.
vehicle's attitude during atmospheric flight
The on-orbit,
and enable a
like the
precision
on-
landing.
Ah,
The new
views
flaps
are just
are
gonna be so
lighter,
good, dude. I wish I
and
could
positioned
watch
more
like the
leeward
whole
or
thing.
away from the heat shield.
Now, to reach full reusability, the
today
ship
I've
has
got
to
to
be able
go
to
get
survive
the
re-entry
pretzels
not
going
just one time,
after we
but
see the
multiple
landing.
times.
The
The ship's
fingers
heat
crossed.
shield is
All goes
essentially
well.
what does
We
the job
expect
for
to
that.
land it.
We've been iterating on that every single
Dude,
flight,
I am
building towards that heat shield that requires
so
no
ready.
refurbishment between flights. Now, the heat shield is composed of thousands of hexagonal ceramic tiles. They're designed to insulate the vehicle
Got to do some
during
breathing,
that
you know,
atmospheric
like-
entry where temperatures ramp up to as high as about 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. a rapidly reusable heat shield has never been flown in history. So continuously improving this, flying new experiments,
Yeah, I guess we'll have to
those are
see
all
whether
key
or not the
focuses of
flaps
all of
melt
our
off.
flight tests right
That's
now.
one of the things I'm not going to be able to
And
see
in
this time.
between
Damn
the
it,
first
but
and
that's
second
okay.
stages is our hot stage,
Well,
which
I
we
will
saw
see it.
in
I'll just see it
actions on
later
flights
off
2 through
stream,
6.
so. Now I
The
guess
hot
I can
staging
always
maneuver
like
is when the
nothing
upper
stops
stage
me from
engines are
like
ignited
actually just going
before
live
the
and
booster
watching Twitter
engines,
clips.
and,
You know?
before those
So
booster
I
engines are
guess
completely cut off.
at the end of the day,
With
if I
hot
need to
staging,
go get
the
some
rocket
more
never
shit, I
stops
can.
accelerating during separation, so it's more efficient
By the
than
way, live on
traditional stage
YouTube,
separation.
X, and Twitch.
One of the
so,
hallmarks of Starship
I'm
flights
on all
are
three of
the
those
incredible
platforms.
views that
Feel
we
free
get
to give me
throughout
a
flight,
follow on
of course,
all
courtesy
of them
of
if
Starlink.
you haven't.
Every
If
day,
you're so
we're
inclined,
working to
appreciate
expand
everybody.
the
You're all
Starlink
awesome.
network both on Earth
I haven't
and
been posting
in space.
for a little while,
Here's
but
Jesse
we will
with
get
more.
back to more stuff in the new year, I promise. We'll have
Fans
some more
of
lives and
Starship
some
may
more
know that
interesting things coming
Starlink
down the
enables us to
pipeline. I
bring you
am
lots
still
of
constantly working on
unprecedented views,
ideas and
both
whatnot.
from space and
Just been
here on Earth. In addition to the dozens
living
of
life, you
cameras
know?
on Starship itself, we also have mobile Starlink
dude,
camera kits
14
deployed
minutes.
in the
And
Indian
then it'll be
Ocean,
about 7
connected
before.
to our
So
aerial
21
assets
minutes, and we'll see this
all
booster
around
just sitting
Starbase,
back on the
which all
pad.
come together to help tell
Wild,
the
dude.
incredible story of Starship, both on and off planet. Thanks to Starlink, Starship is capable of streaming more than 120 megabits of real-time,
That's a lot of
high-definition
gas.
video and telemetry in
That's a
every
lot of
phase of flight,
telemetry.
providing invaluable engineering data to help
And sick
engineers
views.
rapidly iterate across all
Right?
systems.
Oh.
And all of that streaming data will be put to good use with
So
the more
good,
than
dude.
30 cameras on the vehicle for today's
30?
flight test.
30 cameras,
Starlink
huh?
is the world's largest satellite
Golly.
constellation operating in low Earth orbit to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet, providing access to people around the world, many who have
It's gonna
never
be
had
sick.
connectivity before. Starlink now serves more than 119
And
countries,
yeah, they'll be
territories,
putting up
and other
Starlink
markets.
V2s
And
after,
here at SpaceX,
if this one
we've
goes
been
well,
developing Starlink's
probably
communication
V2s
capabilities
going up on the
not
next
just
one,
for
I
humans
would
on
wager.
Earth, but for astronauts
If I was
in
a betting
space.
man.
Our recent Polaris Dawn mission, we deployed a high-speed internet connection in Dragon for the very first time. Here's a quick look at how that went.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Starlink is an amazing confluence of programs at SpaceX. So we have a whole corner of the company
I like how
that
they've...
owns and
Here, one
operates
second,
a
let me turn this
multiple
down just a
thousand
little bit.
satellite constellation.
No, I'll let us
provide
watch
internet
it.
to
This
people
is
on Earth.
cool stuff. It's important
So
stuff.
Dragon was modified for Polaris Dawn to have
1.2
a
million
laser
views now.
and a star
I said we'd
tracker
get over the million
inside of the
on
trunk.
this on the
and then it
SpaceX
will
stream. It
obtain
would happen.
internet,
I knew it. I
both
knew it would
uplink
happen.
and downlink.
And it
through
will
that
go higher.
laser
It might go to
link,
2
and
by
it's
the time
connected
launch,
to
2
a
or 3
Wi-Fi
by the time
router,
launch
just like you
actually
would have in your
goes
house.
in 12 minutes here. So.
Getting online with Starlink was super easy.
It was just like getting online at home, and even easier, perhaps.
very much
it just
considering
connected
swapping to
automatically
Starlink
and then
pretty
worked
soon.
seamlessly.
I just,
And then
you know,
it was just
haven't
internet
pulled the
in
trigger yet,
space.
you know?
The Starlink performance on orbit blew us away. It enabled
my
us to talk
ADHD ass
directly
struggles
mission
with pulling the
control
trigger
team,
sometimes,
and it
you
also
know?
enabled us
A little
two-way
bit
video connection with our
inattentive
families
at
back at
times
home. So
to
it
the things
just
that maybe are important
was
to
an
be
incredible
attentive to.
resource.
One of my
And a little
favorite
bit too
memories
attentive
is,
at times
you
to
know,
other
all
things,
4 of
so.
us in different parts of the
But that
spacecraft
is life.
on phones with
Such
our
is the way.
earpieces, talking to our families. Get to show them the perspective that we have of Earth. It was very cool to bring them into the mission that way.
I was able to show my kids and my husband, you know, what it looked like to be floating in space. I got to show them out the window. Well, my husband even
that's
explained
wild.
that at one point we hung up the call and he called back and I answered and he was like, I called space.
Starlink on Dragon is something that we want to include because we have this company within SpaceX that has space-based internet. So what not a better way to test space-based internet in space?
10 minutes.
From
Or
connecting
11
astronauts
minutes.
in
It's not
space
10.
to
It's
providing
it's
high-speed
gonna be 11,
internet
11
to more
soon.
than 4.6
It's gonna go well.
million active
Good
customers
launch.
here
Let's
on
go.
Earth. The Starlink team is laser focused on expanding coverage, increasing speeds, and
this is
lowering
gonna be
latency
thick.
so that we can connect as many as possible around the world and beyond.
I'm like drumming on my
Last year,
knees.
we activated
I'm just
Starlink in 27 new
so
markets
much
and are now
energy,
covering a global area home to 2.8 billion people, including those who live in some of the most remote places on Earth. To meet the growing global demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX opened a new 700,000 square foot factory in Bastrop, Texas, and introduced
It's funny,
Starlink
you can
Mini
see
as
where
well
I
as
am
an upgraded
there.
version of the Starlink standard kit.
There's
The
a
SpaceX
big
team
blob
also
in,
achieved an unprecedented
you know?
launch cadence, conducting
Good old
134
Alberta.
Falcon launches, with 89 dedicated
If
to
you know,
expanding
you
the
know.
Starlink constellation. With each launch, Starlink adds more capacity to the constellation and continues to expand its coverage, connecting even more people in underserved and hardest to reach areas of the globe. Now, while our mission to connect the unconnected is far
T-minus
from
10.
complete, you can check out some of the Starlink team's highlights from 2024 and learn more about how our customers are furthering Starlink's impact around the world at starlink.com/stories. And a little bit closer to home, we do have a few updates for those impacted by the fires here in Southern California.
Oh yeah, the fires in California
So
have been
far, the
horrible.
Starlink
by the
team
way.
has
That
provided
like, sorry, I just
about
like reminded of this.
1,350
Like, I
free
really
kits
like
to
prayers
fire
to everybody
departments and other
affected.
disaster
that's
response
just horrible,
organizations
right?
from down in
I hope
Orange
Nick
County
is all
all
good.
the way up to Malibu.
I know
That is in
he comes
addition
in
to
here every
applying
now and
free
again. I don't know
Starlink
exactly where
service
he
for
is, but
thousands
you know,
of
it's got to be a
customers
pain in the
impacted
butt
by
no
the
matter where you
fires
are
all
at
across
some level.
the Los Angeles
It's like it's
area.
probably on your mind. You're
And
thinking
just
about it.
as critically, since enabling
no
our
fun.
direct-to-cell satellites
But
with
you know what?
T-Mobile,
We're gonna have good
more than
vibes with this Starship launch.
120,000
You
text
know,
messages have
good
been sent,
vibes.
allowing those in impacted
We can acknowledge
areas
the bad
to
shit.
reach
We
loved
still have
ones,
good vibes.
text 911, or receive emergency alerts. I've never been prouder to be an employee at SpaceX for moments like that where we can help the people and community around us. Make sure to follow at Starlink on X for updates
6
as we
minutes
continue
until
to
they're
work
done
with
fueling.
local response teams, and check
then
out
it's gonna go real quick. It always
starlink.com/LA
does.
wildfires for more information on these efforts.
So excited.
But back to today's flight test. One of our objectives is to return the booster to the launch site where it will be caught by the tower
site.
as we did on
Tower
flight
catch.
test 5. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a catch primer.
Thanks, Jesse. We are now T-minus 8 minutes and 40 seconds until liftoff. Flight controllers
We're
on
getting close
console
now.
there in the building just behind Dan and I. You can actually see the rocket
hands
in the
are
distance
sweating.
at the pad 6
Knees
miles
weak.
away. Our excitement is growing. I already am not sure if I'm going to be able to remain coherent after witnessing this.
I won't be able to be coherent.
Looking forward to
You
it.
can
We are-
bet on that,
we are,
guys.
Just a quick status check. Our ship fully loaded.
Holy
its
jumping.
main tanks on locks and fuel. We're gonna
Oh,
load the
look at
heavy
how
tanks,
beautiful it
and
looks.
boosters
Look at
gonna
how
be closing out
shiny
real
and
soon
white
as well.
and clean. And
Let's talk about that second
I
catch
love the
attempt,
frost
though.
lines,
So we're gonna
dude.
use the
They're
towers
so
to jet the
iconic.
engine
I
robotic
love.
arms, call them the chopsticks. Same thing we
Rockets
use
are
to
so
stack
cool, dude.
Starship
They're just
onto
so
Super
cool.
Heavy for all the integration ahead of a flight.
Rocket
and
nerds
that's what we
today are
use to
just
catch
losing their
by
minds, just
moving
like me.
stuff like landing
You know,
legs
pray
from
for
the
a rocket
booster to the
nerd today. You
ground
know,
side. It's a
that's what
lighter
you got to
booster,
do.
means you can carry
Oh.
more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the 2 stages separate in flight, Super Heavy
love
will return to the launch
these
site,
towers.
reignite its engines to slow the vehicle
was,
down, and the tower's arms will catch the rocket booster.
This was
And
flight 5.
Just to get to this point, just like before, thousands of distinct vehicle pad
Golly,
criteria have
dude.
to be
I remember
met
this
prior
moment
to that
well.
return and catch. We
For
need
the rest of
healthy
my life.
systems on the booster, healthy systems on the
You know?
tower, and a manual command from our mission flight director for the day.
Holy fuck.
If we don't send that command
know?
before the boost back burn ends,
I was going
or
crazy,
if any of those
dude. I was
automated
going
checks
crazy.
kick us out, that's what happened on flight 6.
We're going to see this again.
The super heavy
That's the
booster will divert to
catch
an
two,
offshore
catch two.
trajectory.
Let's
and
go.
it'll go out and do a landing burn and a soft
We got
splashdown.
a few
in the
minutes
Gulf
here
of
till they're done
Mexico.
fueling.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team, and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects of Starship flights is the return and the catch of that super heavy booster and the audible sonic boom that it comes with it in the area around the return location. General impact to anyone in the area is just a brief thunder-like noise, but it definitely lets you know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
This is
It's something our
nuts,
neighbors in
guys.
Cape Canaveral, Florida and Vandenberg, California have become accustomed to over the years, and now we're
6
bringing
minutes.
the boom to Boca. So here's a peek of what to expect.
Yeah, this is a cool thing to show. With the sound, oh my god, the high quality audio. I love it. I love it. Listen to that atmosphere. Go. That's good shit, dude. It's the engines bouncing off the atmosphere. It's like the reverberation, the sound waves.
As I
Love
mentioned
that stuff,
earlier, we have Starship, Raptor, and Starlink employees here fully invested
You get sonic
in
boom
this
and then
flight
just
test.
the engines
and of course,
going.
many other SpaceX employees
it.
also here across our site supporting
gonna get to
their
see it again.
teams, their teammates.
Live.
Every flight test has been
Excitement
pretty
guaranteed.
unique,
5
and we're
minutes.
all
Oh,
very
it's
excited
gonna be
for another
great.
round of
It's
firsts,
looking
but
good.
I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks
Ooh, I'm
catch
shaking.
another booster.
I'm
So
actually
let's see
shaking.
how excited they are today.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
Just under 5 minutes to go. We are all very excited here. We're going to send it back to you at Starbase
Damn,
for the final minutes of the countdown.
It's gonna be
Thank you,
good.
Dan.
All right, thank you, Jesse. So if you just tuned in under 5 minutes ago, you picked the right time to do it. Just a quick status check. So we're
Yeah, you
almost
did pick the
fully
right
loaded
time
on the
to tune
booster.
in.
We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster.
Get
coming
ready.
up soon.
4 minutes.
Our
And
range
then
team
after
just
that,
reported
7
that we're
minutes
looking
after
to
that,
go
it'll be a
in the
great,
range.
great
That's super
situation.
important.
That's
Our
what I'm
security
believing.
guys, Mike, Kyle, Nick, the whole team out there in the elements, making sure everything's clear, doing a fantastic job. And we are coming up on 4 minutes and looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting.
So
now,
excited, guys. I'm so
we
ready
do
for
have an
this.
opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds if necessary.
They do have
this
a
is
hold
a chance for us to
baked in. All right.
perform additional checks if necessary.
Fingers crossed we don't have
if
that.
you know, need to repressurize some tanks,
But it's fine if
or
we do. I
if
mean,
there's
it's there for a reason,
wayward vessel
obviously.
in the range last minute.
But look at how they're
opportunity
almost
to clear
fully
it out.
fueled. They'll be
But
done
everything
probably
currently
about 50
looking
seconds
good.
here, I'd
now,
say.
once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure.
What a machine!
The ship will go to
What an
internal
absolute
power.
machine! Oh.
After that, the quick
Look at
disconnect
that.
or QD
Look at that.
arm lockout is
That is a
removed
machine
in
right
preparation
there.
for retraction, which will happen
Oh,
shortly
I'm
after T0.
so ready.
And yeah, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do have the ability. We have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
Yep, we've used that T-minus 40 hold a couple of times. Boat's usually one of the items, but we aren't tracking
Header
anything
tanks
right
are
now
full.
that would cause us to hold
Okay.
there. We can hold there for several minutes. Main thing you're watching at is kind of, you kind of set a clock.
They're like, they're almost done. They're almost finished. Look, the waterfall
pretty quickly, so you've got a
on the
couple of
tower.
minutes so you can hang out and
Big
figure
waterfall
things out.
of
There are items that if we
venting.
pass them, we're scrubbed for the day. One of the main ones is that flame deflector.
I love
at the bottom of the launch mount.
vapors along the ground. It's so it's just so like
mark. If we
so
scrub at any
common,
point
you know?
after that, we'll be done for the day. And then teams will need to refill the deflector
no.
as well as all of our props that we use
we're good.
to load on board the vehicle. It's pretty much just
All
under
right.
11 million pounds of prop setting on that thing right now.
11 million pounds of propellant.
In about 24
It's a
hours
lot of,
now.
It's a lot of
So
liquid.
Which is incredible given the sheer
liquid
volume
oxygen
of
and
propellant,
methane, you know?
that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
Alrighty.
All right.
2 minutes.
Coming up on the 2 minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
2 minutes.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new
T-minus
year,
2 minutes.
a lot of upgrades, doing a lot of ambitious things.
That's what I
in
live
space
for,
this
dude.
time. Our first payload deploy, relighting a Raptor engine.
Yeah.
We're looking good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds.
Sorry about
not
that,
tracking
Chief.
any
Oh.
issues at the moment that would be necessary right now. So fingers crossed we can pass through
So
that
good.
checkpoint
So good.
without stopping. But the folks on console are continuing to
I'm getting into a
evaluate the launch
stance.
commit
You know, I
criteria,
gotta like get into a
making
stance
sure
for
that
this.
the winds are within limits as well as any other weather restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous
it's a
day.
beautiful day
Oh
for
yeah,
a launch.
little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the prop has been loaded on the vehicle. We've closed
60
everything
seconds.
out. We're doing our final
Coming very soon to
thrust
60
vector
seconds.
controls, or steering for the engine checkouts. Once we hit the 30-second mark, we'll hear the flight director give the final go for launch.
We get our go,
So
no
we're
go.
under a minute.
Is coming.
As we said, we're not expecting a hold at T-minus 40, but do not be shocked if that happens. It has happened in the past, and we can hang out there for a couple of minutes if we need to.
If memory serves me right,
We hold my breath for 4 seconds.
Pass through prop load gate.
All right, we passed right through that prop load gate.
hot diggity dog.
All right. So
It's going, guys.
we're
It's
gonna let our
going.
flight director, Ty Huntington, take
Flight
it
director,
away.
go for launch.
Go for launch. Oh! Okay. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. We're here. We're in the business end.
In 20 seconds.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'll try to be my best to be quiet.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go! It's going!
We have liftoff.
It's lifting off. And it'll clear the tower just like that. Godspeed, Starship! Flight 7! Booster 14! Come on!
Vehicle's pitching downrange.
Yes, sir! Oh, it's going! Look at it go! Look at that!
Booster check pressure's nominal.
Holy fuck, dude. 33 engines. All of them are good. Woo!
All right, we're more than 30 seconds into
Wow,
flight, so
they're
entry
tearing
showing
through this.
33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching downrange.
Booster chip,
Yes,
avionics
sir.
power, telemetry nominal.
Oh,
Hearing good call outs.
look at how bright that shit is, dude. Look at how much power is pouring through those engines. Wowee.
Starship arc into just
Oh my god,
endless blue
there's a
skies right
wiggly
now.
bit. They've got a wiggly bit, dude. The steel is wiggling. That is
Vehicle
not good.
supersonic.
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's
That is
supersonic.
that is a piece of metal wiggling like a fucking paper flag, bro.
Max Q.
So we just passed through Max,
Max
Q.
Q,
That's the
okay.
greatest stress the vehicle's going to experience on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams out
That's
here on
not
the
looking
ground
ideal,
are now
dude.
looking at systems on the tower. They just
But-
did a manual check through. That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision.
Well, here are callouts, I'm sure.
Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck
This
of
is
a
going to
light
be
show.
wonderful, guys. We're going to see hot staging, and it's like, be prepared.
What a
We'll get to
gorgeous
see the
ascent.
UFO ring, and everybody will be like,
Six
"Oh my
ship
god!"
engines getting ready to ignite.
Just
That's
make
gonna
sure we
happen
don't
while
have the
we're still
telemetry getting
attached.
fucked here.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
Uh-oh. Oh, my heart is just like,
Got a little under 30 seconds away from that.
Here
are
we go.
hearing good call outs on
Here
the
we
tower
go.
preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. But as of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cutoff.
That is incredible
there's
news.
cutoff? Oh my.
We just heard the call out for booster
Right,
engine
love it.
cutoff.
Engine startup.
Most engines cut off down to those
Stage
middle
separation.
three.
And then, yeah,
Cruise ball press startup.
look at that go. And then start up. We're out an engine, so we might not see a catch. But we'll see. They might still go for catch even with an engine out. They might have the capability.
All right, hot
very
stage
possible.
Chamber
confirmed.
pressure's
We've got a
nominal.
booster hopefully on our way back to us, and a ship now making its ascent burn.
Maybe that could just be
into
telemetry bad
space.
too. So
How's it going in Hawthorne,
fingers
Jesse?
crossed that we get to see the catch.
Great
but
over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every
Wow, dude.
milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines
Okay.
ignited.
They do have
we're
12 of
using
13.
the engines that
That's
actually gimbal.
confirmation.
We
So
are go for booster return.
an
We're go.
excellent
We're
call
go for
out
it.
there.
We're go
Our
for it.
For booster
Ship
return.
avionics, power and telemetry nominal.
Catch 2 electric
There's a lot of
boogaloo. Let's
criteria
go,
that needed to
dude. Let's
line up to
go.
ensure that we could have
Come on.
Burn shutdown.
a safe booster catch, and it sounds
Oh,
like we got
nice
the go for
engine
that.
shutdown. It's coasting now. There's hot stage ring
And there you
separation.
can see on your screen, we had the we just jettisoned
Yeah.
the hot stage.
Jettison of the hot stage. It's
And
not a
there's
UFO,
great,
guys. It's the
Excellent
hot
view
stage
there
ring.
of the hot stage floating away from the super heavy booster.
I have to make
Now
the
we've
UFO
shut
joke
down
like every
the
time, you
engines
know?
for that
Especially
boost
with all
back
the
burn. That
drones and
confirms
shit
boost
going
back
on
burn
and all
is
the like
now
weird
complete.
nonsense that's happening.
That was the first of 2
You know?
burns required to
gotta love
for the
that type
vehicle
of
to make
stuff,
its way
right?
back down to Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center
All right,
engines
well,
igniting again.
We're gonna see if they get this catch,
and that will
if that works,
then go
then
down to from 13 down to
well,
3 engines just right before
we'll
we
be
touch
headed
down
off.
for
I
that
think
booster
after
catch.
that, you know. I don't have too much longer to
Reminder,
stream
our
today. I
stage
got
one
pretzels to bake,
objectives
so
are to have a controlled ascent stage separation, as
Wow,
well as
look
a
at that.
controlled boost back burn and
You
hot
love to
stage
see that. I love
as well.
just the
So
imagery
we're
of the
looking good
Earth.
for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks incredible.
Looks very, very good.
Now Starship's ship is still firing its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
Nominal
And
trajectory.
great call outs. Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude in the bottom left-hand corner for the Super Heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship.
All right.
And these views are just
Very
amazing.
good. Very you just get such good views with SpaceX, right? Like they don't fucking compromise nothing. It's
Again,
look at
the
that.
booster is currently making its way back
Look at
to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster
I just
catch
am
with the
speechless, bro.
chopsticks.
Every single time I'm speechless.
In the
I don't
meantime,
even have words.
you can see those grid fins there.
I have lots of
helping
words,
to
but they're not
control the vehicle.
they're not
and
useful
guide
words.
It back
They're just
to
like,
its
wow.
landing site.
This is wild.
Booster FPS is saved.
Now with that,
Okay,
we're gonna
they're
hand
saved.
it back. How's it going over there, Dan and Kate? How are you doing, Kate? Seeing that in person.
You know,
Fingers
Dan had to
crossed.
take that
Look at
entire
that through the
segment because
clouds.
I couldn't
Through the
talk. That
clouds.
was
Let's
incredible.
go. Come on.
We can see the booster
13
coming
kilometers.
back in now
Come on, you better
through
relight
the
those
plume. At
engines,
least it looks
motherfucker.
that way to us. It's incredible that it basically returns. It looks like a speeding, just like
Ship
this.
rupture chamber pressure.
Look at how hot
flare,
those engines are.
Coming back to the.
Wow.
Once again, we are standing by.
Wow.
For,
Look at it go. Come on.
attempting to catch
Come on,
the
buddy.
booster
You
at
can
the
do it,
tower.
buddy.
This would be the second
Yeah.
tower catch.
Light those engines.
Waiting
Hey,
for
they
it.
all lit. They all lit.
13 engines.
Wow, bro. Look at the gimbaling. Oh, it's in control.
Booster
It's
now
coming back
hovering
in.
as it aligns
We're getting a
with
second
the
catch.
tower for catch.
Come on, dude. Yes.
Booster coming in.
Oh, it's looking
Down to
it's
the
looking
boat.
good,
Down to
dude.
3 engines.
Oh. Like a glove. Like a glove. Yes. Catch 2. Holy fucking shit, dude. That is a miracle
You
of
heard
God.
it here. Mechzilla has caught the booster.
Mechazilla has caught the booster.
Once
You've
again,
seen it here,
for the
folks.
second time, a successful
And there and
catch
everywhere.
by the
Holy
launch
crap,
tower.
that
This
was
is the
nuts.
same tower, the launch pad, where that
Wow.
booster took off from just 7.5 minutes
7.5
ago.
minutes. Wow.
Great view from the
Bullseye.
chopstick arms, looking at those
I am-
hypersonic grid fins that steer the booster for that precision landing.
Oof.
It
And I
almost
mean,
looks
you
like it's
can-
flapping its
Yeah,
wings.
you can see just how small that catch fitting is too on something that's just so massive.
I hope you can see my hand shaking.
That was absolutely insane.
Fuck. That was nuts.
Meanwhile,
Such
We're
impressive
not
shit.
done.
So impressive.
Wait,
not
there's
done
more.
yet.
But wait, there's more, yes. Well, not for me, there's not more. Oh, were they getting
Wow,
an engine cut off?
that is just absolutely
Uh-oh.
stunning.
That don't look no good, guys. That looked maybe a little bit
And
concerning.
this, of course, a gorgeous
That's
view
okay,
there
though.
from
We
the
got to
tower
see the
looking
catch.
down at the top
That is
of
like-
the booster.
That's what we're here for, really. That's the ultimate.
all right, and we are tracking.
Maybe this is supposed to happen too.
Now we're standing by for views from the ship, but who
All
can
right.
keep their eyes off of that
Well,
incredible sight?
I am
That is once
speechless.
again
they have
the
managed to
second
do it a
catch
second
of a
time.
booster back at
This
the
is the
launch
second
tower.
actual attempt too.
It
So
was
like
incredible
they're
to
2
see
for
it
2
come back
because
down,
they aborted
just
their
the-
last
the
one. So
silver
technically it doesn't
flare in
count.
the sky.
2 for 2, man.
And
Oh
we can
my
still
God,
see
that's
the launch
nuts.
plume
I think there's a
behind
reused
us,
engine on this
and
booster
wow,
too.
that
It'd be interesting to know if that was the one that didn't light.
I can't speak for you, Dan, but
But
that was very moving for me.
Yeah,
that was a
and
very
right now
special
you can
launch for
see
sure.
some of the
Very
telemetry
special
on those
launch.
ship engines has
Congratulations
gone
to
out. I'm waiting
SpaceX.
for an update on
Fucking
what our
thank you
ship
everybody for
status is.
popping by
We
and
were
watching.
approaching,
I'm gonna
uh,
go make pretzels now actually. So we have seen what I'm gonna watch for today. So thank you. I'll be back with more stuff. I'll put some clips and stuff on the YouTube channel over the next couple of days. And yeah, thanks for everybody for popping in and hanging out. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate you always. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I'll catch you around. So peace, love, and happiness, everybody. that was an awesome rocket launch. Take the good vibes. We love it. You know, 2 super heavy launch vehicles launched within 24 hours today. We got to see a booster catch. I mean, just fantastic. So you all have a blessed day, because today has been a blessed day. Happy birthday to my grandmother again, Big 80. And yeah, peace, love, and happiness. And ta-ta for now. I'll catch you on the next one.